Most people believe a simple lie, that things have an objective value, that if you work hard on something, it's worth more. It isn't. You could spend 20 years building a handcrafted diamond-encrusted VCR, and it would still be worth $0. Why? Because value isn't created in a factory. It's created inside your brain. In the late 1800s, a group of radical thinkers in Vienna realized that the world's greatest economists had been wrong for centuries. They discovered that the economy doesn't revolve around labor, machines, or gold. It revolves around you. This is the story of the Austrian school and the moment the consumer became the king of the world. Before this, guys like Adam Smith thought value came from cost. If it took 10 hours to make a chair, that chair had to be worth 10 hours of labor. But then came Karl Menger. He destroyed that idea with one brutal example. Imagine a man spends his entire life digging the deepest hole in human history. He sweats, he bleeds, he spends millions on equipment. By the old rules, that hole should be incredibly valuable. But it's not. It's just a hole. Nobody wants it. Now imagine another man takes one step, looks down and finds a 50-carat diamond. Zero labor, infinite value. Value is subjective. It's not about what it costs to make. It's about what someone is willing to give up to get it. This one realization flipped the world on its head. It meant the market price isn't a math equation. It's a massive real-time poll of human desire. But the Austrians didn't stop there. They discovered a glitch in your brain that controls every dollar you spend. It's called marginal utility. Now think about your first cup of coffee on a Monday morning. It's a miracle. You'd pay $5, maybe $10 for it. It's your lifeblood. But what about the second cup? It's fine. The third, you're starting to shake. The 10th, you'd actually pay someone to make it stop. The coffee didn't change. The cost to make it didn't change. You changed. The more you have of something, the less you value the next unit. This is why businesses fail when they overproduce and why luxury brands stay expensive by keeping things rare. You aren't just buying products. You are trading your money for utility. And that utility drops every time you hit buy again. The Austrian school put the consumer on a throne. They argued that every time you spend $1, you're voting in the most important election in the world. That you decide which companies live and which ones die. But here's where it gets dangerous. The Austrians believe that because the market is just a reflection of human desire, the government should stay out of it completely. No bailouts for failing banks, no safety nets for dying industries. If a company can't provide value to you, it deserves to go extinct. It's a survival of the fittest economy. It's efficient, it's fast, and it's absolutely ruthless. But can a society actually survive without a safety net? What happens when the consumer king makes a choice that crashes the entire system? To answer that, we have to look at the man who became the Austrians' greatest rival. A man who said, the government shouldn't just watch the economy, it should control the thermostat. The next video. Keynesian Economics, the man who tried to save capitalism from itself. Hit subscribe because you're about to see the most expensive argument in history.